In this lecture, you're going to learn how you can use nMAP to footprint a network. nMAP, or Network Mapper, is an open source tool used for things such as network discovery, auditing, and port scanning. It's compatible with both Windows and Linux, and even has an optional GUI that can be used. Now, in our Kali Linux operating system, we do not have the GUI, so we'll be doing this all command line. Now, the first thing we need to do is open the terminal. And I'll just resize this here. Okay, so let's type in the command nMAP and just press enter. This outputs all the information about nMAP, like certain arguments or certain things you can do with nMAP. It's kind of like documentation. So if we scroll up, we can see here that the usage is nMAP, scan types, options, and target specification. Under target specification, it explains what that means. You can do Microsoft.com/24 for the whole network. You can do a certain IP address, a range of IP addresses, etc. So you can look down through these options and just kind of read over and learn, what you can use nMAP to do, or what specifically it can do. What we're going to do is we're going to do a network discovery across our host-only network that I have about 3 or 4 hosts running against. And then we're going to scan a particular host and see what ports are open on that host. Now, a network discovery is very noisy, if you will. It's not stealthy at all. So if you're going to do this on a network, make sure you have permission, because they're more than likely going to see you running this type of network discovery. So what we need to do is type in nMAP, and we're going to type in dash lowercase s uppercase p. And the SP stands for ping scan. So now we're going to type in 192.168.15.0/24. Now /24 means we're going to scan the whole network. So now all we need to do is press enter, and we're going to gather all the IP addresses and all the computers that are on this network. Okay, so the command is done, and now we found 4 hosts. So what I like to do is, when I'm doing footprinting, I would like to save the information. So I'm going to click leaf pad, and I'm just going to drag this down, and I'm going to select this information that I just ran, including the command that I used to get this output. I'm going to right click and choose copy. And then I'm just going to paste it in here. And I like to keep all the information. That saves me from having to run the command again in the future. So I just put a little dash down here. So I want to scan this IP and see what ports are open on this host. So I'm going to type in nMAP-SS, which stands for stealth scan. And I'm going to type in -A, which enables operating system fingerprinting and version detection. And I'm going to type in the IP address of the host that I want to scan, which is .15.10. Now I'll press enter again, and we'll just wait for this scan to finish. And over here on this document, there's a couple things I could do. I could save this separately as, say, network discovery, or I could include it all in the same document. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save this as a separate document, and I'll call it network discovery. And I'm just going to save it to the desktop. So I'll close that. And then I'll open a new leaf pad. And I'm going to save this under the desktop as 192.168.15.10-FTP host. Okay? Save this. And now this command is done running. So what we need to do now is copy all this text . And we'll paste it, right click, copy, and we'll paste it into this document. And we'll save it again. Okay, so now we have this information for future reference. So I'm going to go ahead and close this and go back to the terminal. And we can see here that port 21 is open. This is only one port on the whole host. So generally you'll have more ports than just one open. You might have some that are vulnerable, some that you can attack. And you can keep this information and then try to run attacks against the open ports. I'm going to close out of this terminal. Now we have a network discovery, and we have the port information on a particular host. This is information that we can use to conduct attacks against this network. Basically, this is how you can use nMAP to footprint a network. Good job, and I'll see you in the next one.